My family is telling me to not leave my cheating wife after she tried to end herself. Original post. My apologies if this isn't very coherent. I'm still very much in shock. Throw away as my friends know my Reddit account. I, 27 male, found out 3 days ago that my wife of 3 years, 26 female, has been cheating on me for over 6 months with a coworker, 46 male. I don't know what to do anymore. The life I have started to build with her has come crumbling down, and I am not doing okay. I told my parents yesterday, and they told me I should stay with her and work on getting through this. I'm shocked. I am still shocked. I hung up on them instantly and haven't talked to them since. I told my wife to leave the house and go to her mother's. Her dad texted me in full support of me and told me he didn't raise his daughter this way. I'm very thankful he is supportive because I have gotten texts from family on both sides telling me to take her back. I got a call today from her father telling me that she tried to take her own life. I'm still in complete shock. I don't know how to respond. I told him I would see what I could do, and he said I have no responsibilities to be there, but that he would as she is his daughter. He hung up after he said he would keep me updated. I am at a complete loss of what to do. I'm currently at home and completely miserable. The person I loved most in life has broken me and now tried to end herself. I have no idea how to proceed. I haven't contacted or gotten anything related to a divorce going and would have to look into that. I have no idea if I should even divorce her if she's tried this. I'm in all honesty scared and absolutely destroyed. I feel like my family has betrayed me, that they love my wife more than me, and that I really have no one to go to during all this. Now with her having attempted, I am at an even more complete loss. I need some advice here, as I cannot think straight. What can I do about all this? Now for the top advice before reading the updates. You aren't responsible for your wife trying to hurt herself. If you don't feel like you could ever forgive her for cheating on you, then yes, divorce is the correct answer. Her screwing up her life and hurting herself over it isn't something that changes if you can forgive her or not. OP, as someone who was blackmailed by self-harm to stay in the relationship, I can tell you, run as fast as you can. Right now, she has enough people taking care of her. If you take her back, the fact that this kind of emotional blackmail works on you will destroy whatever is left. And she will attempt it again and again because it works on you. Just run. Yup. You feel bad and want to help. But anyone who uses self-harm as a weapon to punish or control others is pretty evil. As someone who has had multiple attempts in the past, I take self-harm very seriously. However, I also recognize that there are certain situations in which some people use it as a tool of manipulation, and at the end of the day, unless you intentionally bullied or abused someone to the point of self-harm, or tried to coerce them into attempting, you do not bear responsibility for their choices. It seems to me your wife's attempt might fit the bill of manipulation, and if not, because none of us can know with certainty her true motivations for the attempt, at the very least it is the unfortunate result of her own actions. This is of course your choice in terms of whether to stay or leave, but you are under no obligation to stay. You should prioritize yourself first and foremost and do what is best for you. I know that is easier said than done, but I think you should. Also, unless her father offered concrete proof, I wouldn't be so sure she did actually end up attempting. I'm not accusing him of lying because I don't know him, but just something to think about, especially given both sides of the family have been trying to pressure you into staying. I'm really sorry you're going through this. She could have possibly lied to her father about attempting as well, and maybe her father believed her. I'm not trying to throw accusations around that may not be true or even likely, but there really are tons of possibilities here. Either way, OP, the best decision here is also the hardest decision, unfortunately. But this isn't gonna end well if you try to stick it out, and I think you know that. Now for the first update. I didn't expect my post to reach that many people, but I'm very glad it did. I got a lot of advice from a lot of different viewpoints. Common question: could this have been manipulation on a fair partner's part? I highly doubt that. He wasn't a supervisor of hers. He just worked with her on occasion. I went on her laptop today since she isn't here and got into her Instagram. I found the whole chat history between them, and am currently going to print it all out into a few binders. I am going to find the affair partner's wife and send one to her. I am also going to send one to my parents and keep one for the lawyer I get. I do live in an at-fault state, so hopefully it goes well for me. I own the house as I do very well financially, and I hope I will get to keep it. Wife has texted me threatening to unalive me. I don't know who I loved before, but this is not her. I don't know this woman. She's gone totally insane. I'll update if anything happens. Thank you all so much. Second update. I didn't expect my post to reach that many people, but I'm very glad it did. I got a lot of advice from a lot of different people. I went on her laptop a while ago and found all the chat logs on her Instagram with her affair partner and have printed them all out, pages upon pages, and have made binders to be sent to certain people. I have also kept one for my lawyer. My wife has texted me threatening to end me. I don't know who I loved before, but this is not her. I don't know this woman. She's gone totally insane. She has shown up at my door at random times during the day, banging and banging for minutes on end. I was scared at first, but I had the locks changed. I also own a few firearms, though I don't plan on using any. I got a video today from her of her cutting what I think was my name into herself. It was extremely hard for me to watch, so I just forwarded it to her father. He lost his mind, calling me and asking what I had done. When I explained, he calmed down and just told me to block her, which I have done. Yesterday, I was able to find the address of her affair partner, and I went in the middle of the day when he would be at work. His wife answered, and I handed her a binder of all the printouts. I couldn't hold back my tears and told her what was going on. She started crying as she saw the pages. I told her I was so sorry she had to go through this and that I hope she leaves this horrible man. Well, he came banging on my door today, screaming bloody murder. I answered wearing a holster with my CCW in it, and that seemed to make him take a step back. He berated me, telling me what a horrible person I was for blowing up his marriage, that he wouldn't have a home to sleep in tonight, and how it was all my fault. I just laughed in his face and said that if he ever came on my property again, especially to do what I think he was going to do before I showed that I was armed, he would need a wheelchair to leave in. I just slammed the door in his face after that. As for my family who completely took my wife's side, they have gone radio silent after getting a binder of their own to read. At this point, though, I couldn't care less about them. It is evident who they cared about more. I have no more information on my wife. I hope she gets help, but at this point I don't care anymore. I'm completely physically and emotionally drained. I have taken 2 weeks from work after notifying the owner, and I plan to sort out everything. I plan on filing for a divorce. Thank you to everyone who messaged me and gave me advice last time. I really appreciate it. Edit. I have consulted my lawyer. There were no images or anything contained in the binders, as that would be highly illegal, but I haven't told him about the incident with the affair partner yet. I will notify him soon. Is there anything I can do next? I got a video today from her of her cutting what I think was my name into herself. Wife has texted me threatening to end me. I don't know who I loved before, but this is not her. I don't know this woman. She's gone totally insane. So your partner was totally fine, then went off the rails with cheating, screaming episodes, and nonsensical behavior? Has she been evaluated for mental health issues since all of this started? Because this went from a typical cheating story to what sounds like a manic episode. She's in the right age range for an initial schizophrenia or bipolar flare-up. For the most part, yeah, it came out of nowhere. She did show the scars from self-harming she did as a teenager. As long as I have been with her, though, she hasn't shown anything relating to bipolar or schizophrenia. You need to stop doing anything until you speak with a lawyer. Yeah, OP. Stop threatening people verbally or intimidating them with a gun. I understand that you have the right to bear arms, but you'd be surprised how quickly that goes out the window when the cops show up or when you're sitting before a judge. Your interactions with the other man can absolutely be used against you to paint you as violent or abusive during the divorce process. I know it probably felt really good to put that man in his place, but please stop for your own sake. If your wife or her affair partner show up at your door again, do not answer. Call the cops and start recording. I won't anymore. I think I just got caught up in all of it. I plan on keeping them all locked away until this is all over. Make sure you talk to some of your neighbors to observe when one of them comes to your house. This will also help to show that they are not leaving you alone. Cameras are also good, even a doorbell cam. It's good that your family has gone radio silent. You don't need people who aren't fully on your side. If you have any close friends on your side, talk to them when you need to vent. Outside of counseling, you will need other outlets. Good luck, OP. Now for the last update 2 years later. Hello everyone, it's been a while. My ex-wife is gone. Life has taken a downturn. My ex-wife and multiple drug addicts she was apparently hanging out with assaulted me a couple of months after I posted, only after breaking into my home. I can't believe I'm typing this out, but I never thought life would go this way. The attack left me with permanent and crippling injuries. My ex-wife is dead. Overdosed on heroin apparently, according to her dad. Honestly, I hope and wish she's in hell. She's ruined my life. I cannot work in my career field anymore and have lost most of everything. I have no hope of earning more and am honestly just trying to scrape by. I just want a better life. Wanted to post and update everyone since it's been so long and I remembered this account existed. Sadly, the trashy people win sometimes. I don't know what I'm going to do, but just try to hold on physically and scrape by financially. I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. Thanks all. If anyone wants answers to anything, go ahead and ask. I don't mind. Just please be kind, yeah? Focus on your next move. Time will help you heal. Keeping busy will help you grow and move on. You need things to occupy your mind. Without knowing your career, is there a chance to pivot into a teaching position? Are there programs for people who want to get back to work after significant illness or disability? Any family or friends who might be able to help, let you live with them as you get physical rehab or go back to school? You are 29. You have a whole life ahead of you. In my opinion, this reads as a little insensitive considering it's been almost 2 years since the attack. It sounds like his field may be physical activity-based, and if it's anything like construction or plumbing, it's nigh impossible to pivot to a teaching position. I get that you're trying to say that he should keep his head up, but his original post was about how deeply unsupported he was by his parents, so finding a friend or family to live with might prove difficult too. Oh my goodness. Here are a few things you can do. Contact your state's disability office to find out if you are eligible for anything such as financial help. Contact your state's in-home supportive services, where they can come in and help you out with various things, such as some physical care like showers, or go grocery shopping for you, take you to doctor's appointments, etc. They can also help with getting housing. If you are a veteran, please start contacting their services to see where they might help, such as housing. I know it's frustrating, but if you are physically disabled as you are saying, there is hope and there is help. Don't stop fighting for that. Last story. Is it bad that I don't want to name my daughter after my fiancé's dead girlfriend? Hey Reddit, this is a throwaway account because my fiancé and I use the same Reddit account. I, 23 female, met my fiancé 27 male when I was 19 in college 4 years ago, and I'm currently 7 months pregnant. We are having a planned pregnancy and our daughter is due in October. My fiancé had a high school sweetheart who we dated from freshman year until his sophomore year in college. She died due to breast cancer. I never knew her, but in the beginning of our relationship, he never failed to mention how she was a beautiful person. He admitted to me that he always wanted to marry her and imagined them having kids. He loves me very much and has always been a great partner. Recently, we were on the topic of baby names. I am mixed, Ivorian and Brazilian, and my fiancé is from Costa Rica. I was thinking of the name Antonia, but I was definitely open to other options. He suggested we name our daughter after her. Not as a middle name, not as a Gracie Ann kind of thing where you have 2 names, but her first name. His ex's name is very unique and not something common where it could be nicknamed differently or not be directly a tribute to her. I believe her name is also a cultural name, and neither of us are from that culture. I told him I'd be fine with it being her middle name or a nickname, but he told me he really wanted to make her name his ex's. I want to make it clear I have nothing against the idea of naming kids after lost loved ones, but just not my first baby. I have a strong feeling that our daughter is going to look just like me, which will make it more awkward. He just came home from work and is in a really good mood, but I feel tense writing this next to him. Yeah, I wouldn't want my partner doing that, to be honest. Nothing personal, just like you said. Not the first baby and definitely not the first name, especially if it isn't common or doesn't fit your cultural background. I thought the same thing. His ex was Middle Eastern, and I'm half Latina, and he is Latino. The questions regarding her name would be endless. It's sad to lose someone you love, but imagine her having to explain where the name came from for her whole life. Even as a middle name, that's saddling her with someone else's story. Even if the name had been more typical, it would be rough to explain to future friends and partners. Surely your husband isn't planning on making her story part of your daughter's life? Like a bedtime story fathers would tell their children about their departed mother? If he wants to bring up his departed loved one forever, he certainly can. But his late girlfriend has no connection with your daughter. Absolutely not. Not even a middle name. How the heck is your daughter going to feel when she finds out she was named after her father's dead girlfriend? She will rightfully assume her father wishes he ended up with this other woman, which would mean your daughter wouldn't even exist. Do not make your daughter publicly carry her father's grief for the rest of her life. I would be rethinking the relationship if my partner was obtuse enough to even suggest it. My middle name, Lee, is after my dad's high school girlfriend who was killed in a car accident. It's never affected me, but obviously my mother didn't mind it, so perhaps that's the difference? OP, you shouldn't name your child any name you don't love or feel comfortable with. Perhaps a compromise could be finding out what his ex's name meant, and then finding a name that means the same thing. It's the thought behind the gesture that should matter to him, not his daughter having her literal name.